The art of peace begins with you. Work on yourself and your appointed task in the art of peace. Everyone has a spirit that can be refined, a body that can be trained in some manner, a suitable path to follow. You are here for no other purpose than to realize your inner divinity and manifest your innate enlightenment. Foster peace in your own life and then apply the art to all that you encounter. All the principles of heaven and earth are living inside you. Life itself is the truth, and this will never change. Everything in heaven and the earth breathes. Breath is the thread that ties creation together. When the myriad variations in the universal breath can be sensed, the individual techniques of the art of peace are born. Now and again, it is necessary to seclude yourself among deep mountains and hidden valleys to restore your link to the source of life. Breathe in and let yourself soar to the ends of the universe. Breathe out and bring the cosmos back inside. Next, breathe up all the fecundity and vibrancy of the earth. Finally, blend the breath of heaven and the breath of earth with that of your own, becoming the breath of life itself. Life is growth. If we stop growing, technically and spiritually, we are as good as dead. The art of peace is a celebration of the bonding of heaven, earth, and humankind. It is all that is true, good, and beautiful. Eight forces sustain creation: movement and stillness, solidification and fluidity, extension and contraction, unification and division. The art of peace functions everywhere on earth, in realms ranging from the vastness of space down to the tiniest plants and animals. The life force is all pervasive and its strength boundless. The art of peace allows us to perceive and tap into the tremendous reserve of the universal energy. If you have not linked yourself to true emptiness, you will never understand the art of peace. The art of peace is medicine for a sick world. There is evil and disorder in the world because people have forgotten that all things emanate from one source. Return to that source and leave behind all self centered thoughts, petty desires, and anger. Those who are possessed by nothing possess everything. All things, material and spiritual, originate from one source and are related as if they were one family. The past, present, and future are all contained in the life force. The universe emerged and developed from one source, and we evolved through the optimal process of unification and harmonization. One does not need buildings, money, power, or status to practice the art of peace. Heaven is right where you are standing, and that is the place to train.
Consider the ebb and flow of tide. When waves comes to strike the shore, they crest and fall, creating a sound. Your breath should follow the same pattern, absorbing the entire universe in your belly with each inhalation. Know that we all have access to four treasures: the energy of sun and moon, the breath of heaven, the breath of earth, and the ebb and flow of tide. Those who practice the art of peace must protect the domain of Mother Nature, the divine reflection of creation, and keep it lovely and fresh. Warriorship gives birth to natural beauty. The subtle technique of warrior arises as naturally the appearance of spring, summer, autumn, and winter. The warriorship is none other than the vitality that sustains all life. When the life is victorious, there is birth. When it is thwarted, there is death. A warrior is always engaged in a life and death struggle for peace. Contemplate the working of this world, listen to the words of wise, and take all that is good as your own. With this as your base, open your own door to the truth. Do not overlook the truth that is right before you. Study how water flows in a valley stream, smoothly and freely between the rocks. Also learn from the holy books and wise people. Everything's, even mountains, rivers, plants, and trees should be your teacher. Create each day anew by clothing yourself with heaven and earth, bathing yourself with wisdom and love, and placing yourself in the heart of Mother Nature.
Do not fail to learn from the pure voice of an ever flowing mountain stream splashing over the rocks. Peace originates with the flow of things. Its heart is like the movement of the wind and waves. The way is like the veins that circulate blood through our bodies. Following the natural flow of the life force, If you are separated in the slightest from the divine essence, you are far off the path. Your heart is full of fertile seeds waiting to sprout, just as a lotus flower springs from the mire to bloom splendidly. The interaction of the cosmic breath caused the flowers of spirit to bloom and bear the fruit in this world. Study the teaching of the pine tree, the bamboo, and the plum blossom. The pine is evergreen, firmly rooted, and venerable. The bamboo is strong, resilient, unbreakable. The plum blossom is hardy, fragrant, and elegant. Always keep your mind as bright and clear as the vast sky, the great ocean, and the highest peak, empty of all thoughts. Always keep your body filled with light and heat. Fill yourself with the power of wisdom and enlightenment.
As soon as you concern yourself with the good and bad of your fellows, you create an opening in your heart for the maliciousness to enter. Testing, combating with, and criticizing others weaken and defeat you. The art of peace is not easy, it is a fight to the finish. The slaying of evil desires and all falsehood within. On occasion, the voice of peace resounds like thunder, jolting human beings out of their stupor. To practice properly the art of peace, you must calm the spirit and return to the source, cleanse the body and spirit by removing all malice, selfishness, and desire. Be ever grateful for the gifts received from the universe, your family, Mother Nature, and your fellow human beings. The only cure for materialism is the cleansing of the six senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. If the senses are clogged, one's perception is stifled. The more it is stifled, the more contaminated the senses become. This creates disorder in the world, and that is the greatest evil of all. Polish the heart, free the six senses, and let them function without obstruction, and your entire body and soul will glow. Each and every master, regardless of the era or place, heard the call and attained harmony with heaven and earth. There are many paths leading to the top of Mount Fuji, but there is only one summit: love. All life is a manifestation of the Spirit, the manifestation of love, and the art of peace is the purest form of that principle. A warrior is charged with bringing a halt to all contention and strife. Universal love functions in many forms. Each manifestation should be allowed free expression. The art of peace is true democracy. The essence of the art of peace is to cleanse yourself of maliciousness, to get in tune with your environment, and to clear your path of all obstacles and barriers. The art of peace is based on four great virtues: bravery, wisdom, love, and friendship, symbolized by fire, heaven, earth, and water. Crystal clear, sharp, and bright, the sacred sword allows no opening for evil to roost. The penetrating brilliance of swords, wielded by followers of the way, strikes at the evil enemy lurking deep within their own souls and bodies.
Loyalty and devotion lead to bravery. Bravery leads to the spirit of self sacrifice. The spirit of self sacrifice creates trust in the power of love. Economy is the basis of society. When the economy is stable, society develops. The ideal economy combines the spiritual and material. The best commodities to trade in are sincerity and love. The art of peace does not rely on the weapons or brute force to succeed. Instead, we put ourselves in the tune with the universe, maintain the peace in our own realms, nurture life, and prevent death and destruction. The true meaning of the term samurai is one who serves and adheres to the power of love. Foster and polish the warrior spirit while serving in the world. Illuminate the path according to your inner light. The path of peace is exceedingly vast, reflecting the grand design of the hidden and manifests the worlds. A warrior is a living shrine of the divine, one who serves the grand purpose. Your mind should be in the harmony with the function of the universe. Your body should be in the tune with the movement of the universe. Body and mind should be bound as one, unified with the activity of the universe. Even though our path is completely different from the various arts of the past, it is not necessary to abandon totally the old ways. Absorb the venerable tradition into the new art by clothing them with the fresh garments and build them on the classic styles to create better forms. Practice the art of peace sincerely, and evil thoughts and deeds will naturally disappear. The only desire that should remain is the thirst for more and more training in the way.
Those who are enlightened never stop forging themselves. The realization such a master cannot be expressed well in the words or by theories. The most perfect actions echo in the pattern found in the nature. Reality and devotion led to bravery. Bravery led to the spirit of self sacrifice. The spirit of self sacrifice creates trust in the power of love. Economy is the base of society. When the economy is stable, society develops. The ideal economy combines the spiritual and material, and the best commodities to trade in are sincerity and love. The art of peace does not rely on weapons or brute force to succeed. Instead, we put ourselves in the tune with the universe, maintain peace in our own realms, nurture life, and prevent death and destruction. The true meaning of the term samurai is one who serves and adheres to the power of love. Foster and polish the warrior spirit while serving in the world, illuminate the path according to your inner light. The path of peace is exceedingly vast, reflecting the grand design of the hidden and manifest the worlds. A warrior is a living shrine of the divine, one who serves that grand purpose. Your mind should be in harmony with the functioning of the universe. Your body should be in tune with the movement of the universe. Body and mind should be bound as one, unified with the activity of the universe. Even though our path is completely different from the varied arts of the past, it is not necessary to abandon totally the old ways. Absorb the venerable traditions into this new art by clothing them with the fresh garments and build on the classic styles to create better forms. Practice the art of peace sincerely, and evil thoughts and deeds will naturally disappear. The only desire that should remain in the thirst for more and more training in the way. Those who are enlightened and never stop forging themselves, the realization of such masters cannot be expressed well in words or by theories. The most perfect actions echo the patterns found in nature.
Day after day, train your heart out, refining your technique. Use the one to strike the many. That is discipline of a warrior. The way of a warrior cannot be encompassed by words or in letters. Grasp the essence and move on towards realization. The purpose of training is to tighten up the slack, toughen the body, and polish the spirit. Iron is full of impurities that weaken it. Through forging, it becomes steel and is transformed into razor sharp sword. Human beings develop in the same fashion. From ancient times, deep learning and valor have been the two pillars of path. Through the virtue of training, enlighten both body and soul. Instructors can impart only a fraction of the teaching. It is through your own devoted practice that the mysteries of the art of peace are brought to life. The way of a warrior is based on humanity, love, and sincerity. The heart of martial valor is true bravery. Wisdom, love, and friendship emphasis on the physical aspects of warriorship is futile, for the power of a body is always limited. The true warrior is always armed with the three things: the radiant sword of pacification, the mirror of bravery, wisdom, and friendship, and the precious jewel of enlightenment. The heart of a human being is no different from the soul of heaven and earth. In your practice, always keep in your thoughts the interactions of heaven and earth, water and fire. The art of peace is the principle of non resistance because it is non resistant. It is the victorious from the beginning. Those with evil intentions or contentious thoughts are instantly vanquished. The art of peace is invisible because it is contents with nothing. There are no contents in the art of peace. A true warrior is invisible because he or she contends with nothing. Defeat means to defeat the mind of contention that we harbor within. To injure an opponent is to injure yourself. To control aggression without inflicting injury is the art of peace. The totally awakened warrior can freely utilize all elements contained in heaven and earth. The true warrior learns how to correctly precise the activity of universe and how to transform martial techniques into a vehicle of purity, goodness and beauty. A warrior's mind and body must be permeated with enlightened wisdom and deep calm. Always practice the art of peace in a vibrant and joyful manner. It is necessary to develop the strategy that utilizes all the physical conditions and elements that are directly at hand. The best strategy relies upon an unlimited set of responses. The good stance and posture reflect a proper state of mind. The key is to good technique is to keep your hands, feet and hips straight and centered. If you are centered, you can move freely. The physical center is your belly. If your mind is set there as well, you are assured of victory in any endeavor. Move like a beam of light, fly like lightning, strike like thunder, whirl in circles around a stable center. Techniques employ four qualities that reflect the nature of our world. Depending on circumstance, you should be hard as a diamond, flexible as a willow, smooth flowing like water, or as empty as space. If your opponent strikes with fire, counter with water, becoming completely fluid and free flowing. Water, by its nature, never collides with a break against anything. On the contrary, it swallows up any attack harmlessly, functioning harmoniously together. Right and left give birth to all techniques. The left hand takes hold of life and death. The right hand controls it. The four limbs of a body are four pillars of heaven and manifest the eight directions yin and yang, outer and inner. Manifest yang in your right hand. Balance it with the yin of your left and guide your partner. The techniques of art of peace are neither fast nor slow, nor are they inside or outside. They transcend time and space. Spring forth from the great earth, billow like great waves, stand like a tree, sit like a rock. Use the one to strike all, learn and forget. When an opponent comes forward, move in and greet him. If he wants to pull back, send him on his way. The body should be triangular, the mind circular. The triangular represents the generation of energy and is most stable physical posture. The circle symbolizes serenity and perfection, the source of unlimited techniques. The square stands for solidity and basic of applied control. Always try to be communion with heaven and earth. Then the world will appear in its true light. Self-conceit will vanish and you can blend with any track.